A very good morning, Zimbabwe. So this morning we want to talk about how we can strategically defeat ZANU PF hands down against all odds. We know that they are resourced. We know that they have a lot of money being put into this election. Around 240 million is revealed by the ambassador at large, Hubert Angel. So Tim Pachedu here raises a very important issue. They say rigging starts with your mind. It starts with you believing FARS is far superior. Elections have always been managed by CIOs and army. Nothing has changed. If they had superior power, they wouldn't bust people or turn to violence. The less you vote, the easier for them. Go vote. So this is a very important message being sent here, and I made a decision to emphasize on this because we are a few days away from the election. How are we going to stop rigging? How are we going to stop all mechanisms being employed by the regime to win this election? I want to tell you this. The Smith regime was resourced, was well oiled, had everything. They had aircrafts, they had vehicles, they had manpower, they had all sorts of ammunition they needed for the battle. They had vatengesi as well amongst the people. But one thing which was of the guerrillas is that they were dedicated. They knew what they wanted. They had the masses. They had the numbers of the people. In every village, you could find people supporting, masses supporting the guerrillas. That is how that liberation struggle was won. That is how they managed to maneuver and force the Smith regime to come to the table. So what is significant in this election is that let us realize that what we are going through right now, we are going through an election phase. A phase ZANU PF is afraid of. If you see somebody being afraid, you have to take advantage of that fear and capitalize. So what we need to do is to make sure that we go in our numbers, we vote. We don't leave our polling stations. We just stay 400 meters away from the polling station. Totogara ikoko, totita misasa yedu, and waiting for the results eagerly, making sure kuti pari kuenda kunonzi votes are abuda. We are there to defend our agents. We are there to make sure that we send a clear message to these people. We are going to make sure that we have the V11s across the country. We are going to make sure that we have enough V11 forms with us. We are going to make sure that we have everything at hand to make sure that we defend change in the nation of Zimbabwe. There is nothing we can do except voting in our numbers. If we go in our numbers, we overwhelm the ballot, we vote for change, you will see them failing to rig these elections, because remember, amongst the people they are forcing or they are using, pane vanhu vedu vakawanda varipo, pane vanhu vedu vari kuda change vakawanda varipo. Ikoko kuzeki, even within the top leadership ezeki, kutoshaikwe 1 or 2 vari kutodawo change. Within the police force, the security sector yese, haushaye the majority wanting change and demanding change. Just a few people vanenge vari pa top ndo vaive vanenge vachida kuramba vakamendena mabenefits avo nemalooting avo vanenge vachiita. That is the reason why they put everything and anything on the table to make sure that they stop this election. Saka isusu handei tinoita roho yedu, handei tinovhota na Zimbabwe, handei tinoita roho yedu, handei tinozvambura vanhu muelection. Muballot ndo munofanira kuti munhu achibuda imomo achiverengwa, munhu anofanira kubuda ziya. Vanhu vanofanira kubuda ziya, vanofanira kuzviona kuti hapana kana kutombomira mushe. That is the reason why they are trying by all means possible to frustrate the issue of urgence. But we have to stand. We have to actually stand our ground. We have to defend ourselves and make sure that our agents are allowed to be part of this election. So Team Zimbabwe, we are saying munhu wese hande tinovhota. Don't be discouraged and don't be used. Taurai nhama dzenyu dziri kumamisha, guys. Hakuna munhu asina hama iri kumusha. Just text kana kuisa WhatsApp message. Just put a phone call to say munhu wese hande tinovhotera shanduko. Don't worry about zvavanotaura zviya. Unoziva kuti dai ZANU PF ichiri negrip, ichiri nepower, vangadai vasiri kuvhundudzira, vangadai vasiri kuita zvese zvavari kuita izvi. Look at 2018. Intimidation was less. Kwakusina zvese mashura esatiri kuona, because they felt that the ground was in their favor. They needed little rigging for them to divert the people's will. But in this election 2023, things have changed already, and everywhere you go, you see that everyone is demanding change. That is a different scenario. Saka ukaona munhu wese akuti ukangosvika oku anokuchonya kana kuti anokudza kuti tiri kupaziva, uchingopfuura unzi tiri kupaziva, that is a clear message yekuratidza kuti yes, pandiri panogona kunge pasiri safe, panogona kunge pane vamwe vaivai vatengesi, but I know what I'm going to do. Ndapinda muballot. And if you see the brave people, vanhu vakuru vakutaura kuti ndinoendera one ballot. If you hear somebody saying that, know that automatically munhu iye chero akava weZANU PF kusvika papi, automatically that person is going to vote for change. Saka isi tiri kuti handei vamana tinotaura nehama dzedu neshamwari dzedu. This election is crucial. This election is very important. Let us not take it for granted.